Hi, I'm Dave Mustaine from Megadeth, and you are watching Linea Rock.
Hi Dave, welcome to Milan, welcome to Linea Rock, and welcome to the Gods of Metal once again.
Thanks.
Okay, so you've been to Italy many times in your career. What do you like the most of our country and of our audience?
Well, it'd be real easy and shallow to say I like the food, but I think everybody loves Italian food. I like the passion that's here. I like the architecture. I like the history, the world power, the strength of the country, a lot of the fashion and style that's here. I think that the people are very nice, and then there's the food.
Okay, good, great. So you played the Gods of Metal quite a few times. Do you still like and enjoy these kind of events, festivals, after so many years, and how differently you work on the set list for a festival than your own tour?
Well, festivals depend. A lot of times it's who you're playing with, because if they're bands that are cool, it's great. If it's bands that aren't, then it's difficult. A lot of times it's not difficult because of the bands, but because of their fans. Because some fans want to hear their band's music, and if they are not fans of thrash or heavy metal, they may not appreciate our style of music. And likewise, I think sometimes it's unfair for bands that aren't metal to play with us, because we did a concert in Rock in Rio in front of 140,000 people in Brazil one time, and this pop star named Labao had played right before us. And the fans were very, very, very mean to him. And they were calling him pussy in Portuguese and throwing bottles of pee up on stage.
All right.
Nah,
not good.
That was not cool. I'm sorry to say, but for me, I think that with a lot of the young bands that are out there that get to play with us out on the road, it's cool because it's a circle. We learn from them, they learn from us, and that's beautiful.
You're stronger than ever, and the last album, Dystopia, reached number 3 on Billboard and is loved, both by the fans and the media. It's been defined the best Megadeth album in the last 15 years. Do you perceive it the same way? And did you expect this album, to be the album of the rebirth of the band?
We just transported from Milan to the rainforest. I'm excited about it. I think it's really cool to, after this long, to be able to make a record that can still revitalize the band, give the fans something to be excited about. It's also hard. I mean, imagine what it was like for Michael Jackson after Thriller. He made Bad, which was, not bad by all terms, but Thriller sold 15 million copies by the time Bad came out, and Bad sold 8 million, and it's like, who's going to complain selling 8 million records? Well, he did, of course, but
Okay, and are you on the social networks a lot? Do you read stuff about the band?
Not as much as Kiko. Kiko lives on there.
Okay.
I do a little bit. I like to talk with our fans a lot and stuff like that. But I've also found that there's a kind of a weirdness with social media where there's certain people out there that if you talk to them once, they're going to think that you're their best friends.
Yeah.
And if you don't answer them back, it's just like the Eminem song Stan.
Yeah.
Do not apply, Stan.
Okay, but what I was asking, if you really know some comments about the new record, which was the most flattering one that you got?
I've seen certain things that people have said, but I try not to read it too much because I don't want to believe that. I want to keep always trying to get better at what I do. I do know that in social media, if you listen to the fans, that it's like it's kind of like a focus group where you have people sampling something, then they all sit in a room and say, well, I like Coke versus Pepsi,
Okay.
And for us, we get to have all these wonderful fans around the world tell us, well, we like this, but we don't really like that. Problem is sometimes if you give a little bit too much importance to these guys, they start to believe their own shit. So, I try and keep it into perspective.
All right. Big Rattlehead is back on the cover artwork of the album. Did it bring good luck? Because the album, is going very good.
I don't know. I don't think that was a Vic we didn't expect to see. That was a new rendition of Vic made by our new artist Brent White.
Okay.
And when we saw it, we were really excited about it. We knew that this is, as much as the music was kind of cue the music. As much as the music was a rebirth, the new image of Vic was too.
Okay, but since you didn't put him on every cover of every record, just like Iron Maiden are doing with Eddie, how do you decide when it's good and when maybe it's not for a Megadeth
He's been
cover?
on every album cover. You just don't know where it's at.
Okay.
Like on Super Collider, he's there on the cover. Just can't see him. You just have to look. There's an image there.
Okay. So it's there.
On Risk, he's there. He's on the mousetrap.
All right.
It's there.
How has your approach to songwriting, playing, and singing changed through the years at your own ear? And which one did you change the most?
I think probably I've become more open-minded to other people contributing to my songwriting, which is probably the biggest thing, because thinking about your songs and thinking from beginning to end, this is a piece versus I wonder what that person's contribution will be to this song. All of a sudden it changes because you're doing a collaboration.
Okay.
And a lot of times, it's like with a car. Do you have the engine in the front? Do you have the engine in the back?
Okay.
Me personally, I like the engine in the front because if I'm going really fast and I hit something, engine in the back, it's going to crush me.
Okay.
So if I think about my music approach and other people's musical approaches, I don't want to tell them they're wrong.
And is the definition and genre thrash metal still alive and well? And did you ever dig it in the end or not?
I think it's still alive. Yeah,
okay.
I think it's still alive. There are a lot of bands like Havoc and certain other bands in the United States right now that are kind of keeping that whole stretch jeans and high top thrash metal scene alive, and it's cool to be able to go back and see that because that's where I got my start. I don't dislike that lifestyle or anything. I look back with great fondness over those years.
Last year in April, you announced Kiko as the new guitarist for Megadeth. Why him actually? What did convince you to call him, and did he fulfill your expectations?
I don't know why him. He just was the best person.
Okay.
We looked at a bunch of people. We read a bunch of information on these people. We watched them play, and everyone had great, strong features that made them really terrific guitar players. That they could have been somebody that would have been perfect for Megadeth, but there was always something missing. And with Kiko, he had everything that we were looking for.
And can we consider Chris Adler as the new drummer, or is just still helping Megadeth?
Well, it depends who you ask. I'd like him to be the new drummer. I think he wants to be the new drummer. I think that Lamb of God fans want him to be the drummer in both bands. I'd like him to be able to do whatever makes him happy because he's made us happy. Now, Dirk from Buren, who's playing with us tonight, is an amazing drummer too. And I just want our fans to know that we're going to have an amazing show tonight.
We're still in the jungle.
Yeah, we're in the jungle.
Okay. So politics has always been in your lyrics. Do you think it can influence some way your fans, their point of view, and let them guess how will you vote at the next U.S. presidential elections?
Well, see, I've already said I was going to vote for Vic Rattlehead.
Okay.
So I was going to do that. It's just really weird right now with the way that people around the world are concerned about what happens with politics in America. I think that for me as a musician, I try and write about making people aware of stuff, not just politics, but all kinds of things, like life, love,
Yeah.
war, peace, all kinds of things in general. Figure it out for yourself. Don't take my word for it.
All right.
Figure it out for yourself. And as far as like who I'm going to vote for, I've never said who I was going to vote for. Last time there was a guy that was a senator from Pennsylvania. His name was Rick Santorum, and he had a daughter who was very, very sick. And he left the campaign trail to go be with his daughter.
Okay.
And I thought, that's pretty fucking cool.
Yeah.
So I said, I like him because he left the campaign trail to go be with his daughter.
Because he's human. He's got
Yeah,
a
because
heart.
he's a good daddy.
Yeah.
Right? So they thought
So
I
if
said,
you're a good daddy, you can be also a good president.
No, that's not what I meant. That's not what I meant.
Okay.
That's not what I meant. So I just said that I thought that it was cool that he did that. So some person turned that into I wanted him to be
Okay.
my choice. And I'm not a Republican, I'm not a Democrat. You know, I have in the past voted both ways. And I'm not going to tell anybody how I'm going to vote. One thing is for sure that you know, there's a lot that's weighing on this election right now.
What's the best memory that you treasure of the Big Four tour? And is it something that you would do again?
Well, there's a lot of memories. I think mostly just being able to get together with friends and just celebrate. Would I do it again? It's not up to me.
Okay.
I think that that's something that you got to ask the other parties. There's 4 people involved.
Okay. Last time that you were in Milan, you called Cristina Scabbia of Lacuna Coil to do a duet on Lemon. Do you have any surprise for today?
No, we actually, I haven't talked to Christina, and
Okay.
I don't think we're playing that song. As a
Okay.
matter of fact, I don't think we're doing that because Dirk's playing today, so we've had to really kind of, what songs are we going to do? You know, which ones do you know? Which ones do we know? Which ones do we all know? You know, so.
Did you have any chance to listen to the new Lacuna Coil record,
No, do you
Delirium?
have a
Not
copy
yet.
of it?
Not in my pocket,
to
but
me.
okay, Christina,
send
you
it.
must send a
Send
copy
me
to
your
Dave. Okay. So last question for today goes to Nick Menza, who recently passed away, and tragically also. He was Italian, if I'm correct, of origins, and a very important member of Megadeth back in the days. He's been on the most successful albums. Which is the best memory that you have of him, and which is the best performance that you think he gave on a Megadeth song?
That's a hard question to answer. What my favorite memory of Nick was that there was a lot of them. We've had a lot of good times in the past. I was really happy for him when he became a dad, and when the best performance he's done. I don't know. I think that probably have to be something off the Rest in Peace record, because after that record, it kind of he kind of went slower and slower. So I think that probably was his best record.
So there was never any concrete possibility of having, the classic lineup back together. No, not at all.
See, the confusion is we tried that several times. Most people think that there was the failed attempt this last time. There was 4 times I tried to get him back in the band, and there was a lot of problems that were going on. And out of respect to the dead, I'm not going to talk bad about him. I just want to say he was a great addition to Megadeth, and we'll always love him for his contribution.
Thank you so much, Dave, for your time, and see you next time.
Oh,
Hopefully.
shit.
Oh, no
Sorry,
problem.
that wasn't an earthquake, that was my foot.
That is very metal. Thank you so much.